AI is everywhere. I literally cannot see a single video on my feed which does not mention AI. If somebody has to go and take a bath, they'll mention AI. Today, I'm going to be sharing my 3 hot takes on where AI is headed in 2025 and beyond. So yeah, feel free to roast me in the comments down below. Maybe you agree with this, maybe you don't, and maybe I'm wrong. But hey, I'm just a random person on the internet just doing it for fun. So yeah, if you dig deep into these ideas, maybe I'll do more such videos. Also, if you're new here, I'm Anudeep and I'm a software engineer with a background in mechanical engineering and a master's in robotics and AI. And I speak about these topics on this channel and a few more. So if any of these things sound interesting, please consider subscribing. Enough of the plug. Let's get started. You know, back in the day, choosing a smartphone used to be a big deal. You would compare batteries, cameras, screen, and different phones came in different designs. Some had styluses, others had flip screens, and this phone choosing activity was a whole big thing in itself. And now, honestly, they are all kind of the same thing. You just pick one and it just gets the job done. And this is exactly what is happening and what's going to happen in 2025 to LLMs, or large language models, which is the first sub-technology to break out of AI and machine learning, I should say. But yeah, as of now, every single week, a new version of these tools is popping up, be it Gemini or Claude or OpenAI, ChatGPT. There's a new version coming out with these amazing new benchmarks and these new features showing off their context windows and logics and whatnot. And sure, there are differences on paper, but if you're just a developer who's trying to build some app, or you want to do some basic automations, or need help in writing code, writing drafts, or any of the help that a general person or an advanced person would need, for all of those things, most of these models are roughly doing the same thing. Exactly what these benchmarks are, does anybody know what these benchmarks are compared against, and what do they actually technically mean, and how much exactly are you going to squeeze out from that 0.00001% better performance? See, here's the thing, LLMs are getting commoditized. They are becoming tools which you can swap in and out without overthinking. Just like smartphones, it's not gonna be which model is slightly better than the other, but it will be about what problem are you going to solve and what exactly are you going to do about with the help of that model. Are you building something? Are you trying to solve a problem? That is what matters. All of them will help you do actually almost everything, and this difference is even going to shrink as we reach the mid of this year. So if you're stuck debating whether Claude writes better emails than ChatGPT, or Gemini has this large context window and it can take a lot of tokens, you are actually missing the point. If your little side project is just using that API key, just pick one model and start building. Trust me, you'll save a lot of time. Now let's talk about work, especially about how AI is breaking the relationship of time and work. Because I believe this one's huge. For years, no, actually decades, we have measured productivity in time. And I've made a lot of videos on this channel about productivity, and I always talk about, getting things done faster and more efficiently, because that's what the metric is right now. Think of Henry Ford's assembly line. The number of hours worked equates your salary. Even in today most modern corporate jobs, we log hours. I worked for 3 hours on this particular task, or I worked for 8 hours today and blah blah blah. Because time equates effort. That's what we have been taught. And in turn, efforts equates outputs. Simple, right? Except now, it's not. We are in the middle of this weird time in human history where we are decoupling effort and output from time. You see, time is flowing at rapid speed with these advances in technology, and using old metrics to measure our productivity and work and output is just not helping us anymore. I mean, there are full books like Slow Productivity by Cal Newport which talk about this, which I'm not going to get into in this video, but they all say the same thing. Now with the help of AI, you can do something in 10 minutes which previously used to take 2 hours or even 2 days to accomplish. Draft a report? Done. Write some code? Done. Brainstorm some new ideas? Boom, it's done. But on the flip side, something that is intensely unique, creative, and that has not been done will require so much more time even with the help of AI. So it raises a big question. If time is not the metric anymore, then what is? I predict that we are moving into an era where outputs are everything. It doesn't matter how many hours you clock in or how many hours you show somebody you are working. Did you deliver that project and deliver on time? Did you ship that product? Did you draft that book report? Did you do any of those things? That is the only thing that's going to matter. That is what people will care about. And yeah, I get it. It's a bit scary. Some people feel like they have to stay busy to, prove their worth. But to be honest, if you think about it, it is actually freeing. Imagine being judged by only your results and not the time that you put in. You can literally finish your work in half the time and spend the other half in learning or resting or even living your life or whatever. On the other hand, if you are really curious about anything, you can go real deep into that with the help of AI and achieve something that would never have been achievable in the past, because now we have this great computational power and these models have great context windows and they take a lot of data, they can analyze it, they can help you move towards a solution faster than ever. The world is changing really fast and AI is the storm, but if you learn to navigate it, you'll more than thrive. Okay, last one. Let's talk about tech jobs and the myth of AI replacing software developers. I've talked about this previously on this channel, but hear me out. There is actually a story I've seen play out in the recent past. Someone will come up with a cool idea and use AI to whip up a fast prototype. They demo it and people get excited, and sometimes they even manage to bag some funding. Everything's going super great, and the notion that this person has been able to build a software company without even learning to code and without the help of any software developer is, blown out of proportion. But then it is time to scale. Boom, game over. Why? Because nobody on the entire team knows how to build maintainable, scalable software. That shiny prototype, that's just ducts and tapes. The second they get real users, things break. Bugs pop up, performance tanks, and they are stuck. So here's the actual truth. AI is a great accelerator, but it can never replace solid software engineering or any engineering for that matter. You still need people who can write good code, design solid systems, and maintain infrastructure. So if you're thinking, oh, I don't need to code because AI can handle that for me, you are sort of setting yourself up for a rough time, because if and when you manage to find any sort of funding, you'll be the one who'll be hiring these developers at very high costs. AI surely makes you faster, but you need to know where you're going. And in my opinion, it is better to invest a few months to become a good software developer yourself. So if you do understand coding and if you do leverage these software tools, you are more than unstoppable. You become a 10x, even 100x engineer. You can prototype fast, iterate fast, and come up to a solution faster than ever. And for doing all of this, you need good software engineers. That is the future I'm betting on. And mind you, I've just told you one story about a startup founder wanting to scale, but with the advent of AI, so many more people and so many more industries will be adopting software solutions and they would want to scale. And for all of those activities to prosper, we need more and more software engineers. And according to me, the need is going to skyrocket. Now, this is not necessarily true for big tech, but for software engineering field in general, I think the number of jobs and opportunities are going to skyrocket. Alright guys, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you want to tell me I'm wrong, please write your comments down below. I would be happy to read all of them. And if you have watched it, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.